You are tuned in to the vinyl experience. I don't want to edit this. I don't want to be embarrassed. I used to DJ a lot more with like actual records. I would sometimes use this and then like one digital turntable, or I might use, I used to have a pair of these, sometimes with vinyl, sometimes with like time code. So I have like a combination of hip-hop records, funk records, jazz records, psychedelic rock records, stuff that's just like groovy overall, that can blend in with the kind of stuff that I was playing when I was at shows and stuff like that. So let's start off with an easy one. I have here Quasimoto's The Unseen.
Hey yo, we head to a party to go see what's happening. Smoking a lot in the car, turn on some rapping. Start to freestyle, we be up on our way. Finish up the blunt.
Somebody pass me that Sprite.
Get on the freeway, yo, it's after dark. And guess who always pulls up right behind the can? Some narcs.
Really popular record. I was at a show with some friends recently, and there were some guys out on the street who were like, I don't even know how to describe it, just like being clowns generally. And they were bumping this record. I also have The Further Adventures of Lord Quas as well. And I have Mad Villainy, but I also have this one, which comes from sort of like the same period of Madlib, 2003. I'm a big Madlib fan. I want to try to like get some of his jazz records on LP. I don't know if that's something that he does. The guy has a lot of monikers. It's genuinely hard to keep track of. People mostly know him for his hip-hop production. The Quasimoto records, he rapped on as well. Really just like a man of many talents, that's for sure. Alright, so here's like another pair of records that are kind of close to my heart. Shellac, at Action Park, and Dude Incredible. This was like Sideways along with Dude Incredible. These are like printed on just like cardstock. You can probably tell. Very, very thick records as well. I think like the Dude Incredible one is like 200 gram or something like that. Really, really serious stuff. If you know Steve Albini, this is his current band, Shellac, and he takes audio engineering very seriously. I guess a better way to say it is like audio engineering is synonymous with Steve Albini in some circles, but these are like incredibly kinetic records, very incendiary rock music delivered by people who are incredibly well practiced. I don't know, if you're into like math rock and the Midwest scenes, and maybe even bands like Yowie, which came up in another episode, you're probably going to be into this. And you probably already know this as well, because this is a part of the fabric of musical history for white nerds from the Midwest like me, in a way that's just like sort of inseparable from the music that I make. So my mother got me into a lot of new wave, and my father got me into a lot of hard rock from this era of music, and the Cars are admittedly one of the best ones. there's like a very, I don't know, this is the thing about new wave, right? Aesthetics in some ways count more than songwriting. But they were also like, God, I literally can't think straight. Hold on. I remember my mom saying that, like, Rick Ocasek was really ugly, but he had a great voice. And I interpreted that as a selling point for the band. I have like a running joke in my head that I eventually want to start like a Cars cover band where it's like pretty much just the first record, and we sort of extend all of the songs into just sort of like this long krautrock jam to the point where it's sort of like intolerable. You know, someday that might happen. I have so much music. There's a lot that I could like talk about off the top of my head, but like I don't know if it would make good content, and I would have to sort of like fact check myself afterwards. This is a man named Jim Noir. I don't remember his real name, but it's something really boring and British. He's a pop composer who specializes in sounds from the past, and sort of like a wide variety of things, from like sunshine pop to the sort of like 60s and 70s like electronics that you would find on educational programs in the UK, popularized by people like Boards of Canada, who I also have up here on the shelf. And you might just recognize the vibe from existing in history, in the past. And that's what Jim Noir does. He has put out a wide variety of records. This is like one of the ones that I find is like sort of, it's not so serious. It's sort of like on the less serious side of his albums, but it's very electronic, very homespun. I think my favorite ones on this record are probably Don't You Worry and the second to last track called On a Different Shelf. Really like an excellent pop song, the kind of thing that you might imagine like Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys writing. And it's so sunny and perfect. You just kind of like want to live in it forever. Beautiful record, and I was really glad to find this in the discount section of the record store. As I usually do, I listen to a lot of music online, and when I find it in the discount section, I snatch that shit up. What you gonna do when you find it? What you gonna do when you find it? Okay, last one, baby. Last one. We're gonna skip the weird, I think it's like Hungarian dark ambient stuff for now. I wanted to share a record from a friend of mine known as K the Infinite, Quojo, a rapper from the UK. Rapper, singer, producer. This guy honestly does it all.
Money doesn't buy happiness, but never does a minimum wage. I'm feeling my way. I've been reading goals, kinda F looking at my ex videos, so I hit the post. Trying to bring the paper round without a paper round, and the cycle till I'm spinning in your soul. I'm riding to live, I'm living to fight. I'm riding to live, I'm living to ride.
I have to disclose that my name is on the record, mastered by Zero Tep. I did a little bit of mixing to help out with a couple of these tracks. There are both like sort of like rap songs as you might expect on here, sort of straightforward verse, chorus, verse, features, you know, things like that. And then there's like Genuine Journeys, Such Is Life, which I lived in when I was mixing it. Just a gorgeous song. A jazz song sort of in the style of like To Pimp a Butterfly Kendrick, to be sort of like crude about comparisons. There's also like Kabuto is on this, which is like sort of like grime tinged sort of song. I think he's putting out, or did put out, a new record recently. I'll edit it in if that's the case. I don't know, man. This is one of those that like it takes time to collect good demos for a record to like amass enough of an arsenal to say these are the weapons that I want to use. And this is one of those records that I felt like an artist like amassing themselves into something and becoming something even more. Even though he's done that a lot in the past, but there's like a lot of songs on here that are like reproduced, right? He got like a number of like people to produce different versions of the song for him. Like I remember I did a version of Rambling as well that ended up like not used on this record. Great stuff. K the Infinite, Merkaba. Really, really glad to have that. I have like one extra copy, so if anybody in the US wants it, literally DM me and I will try to sell it to you. Anyway, much love. I hope that you're staying safe out there. I hope that 2024 is treating you well. Hold on. 2024